Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. So since yesterday, I've let the final part of the research finish for the Nutramium production so that we can hopefully synthesize some medicine with the massive amount of meat that we have and install some nice bionics onto people. Now, what I want to do today is really take a look at upgrading our weaponry, because it's kind of garbage, as we found it yesterday with the big robot raid. It didn't handle too well. So we've got access to, of course, mutagenic weaponry, which we researched probably about 5 or 6 episodes ago now. And that, in theory, should be real top-tier war crime fodder. I mean, turning enemies into animals, mutating them, sticking them in a zoo is obviously good enough. I mean, just mutate them into animals is already fantastic. But then putting them in a zoo and profiting off of their new animal bodies, this is 10 out of 10. So one thing I have done, you might notice we've got a ridiculous amount of silver there, and we've actually got slightly less meat. Oh, I can't mess with the menu right now, but I'll show you afterwards. A couple of bulk goods trader turned up while I was waiting for that research to go through. I sold as much meat as I possibly could, and I, in fact, oversold some. So even though they couldn't afford to pay for the meat, I just gave them a load extra to try and lower the overall colony wealth so that we're not going to be hit by such hard raids. I figured it was kind of a little metagamey, I will admit, but it is a way to help bring down the wealth a little bit, because we've got like 40,000 meat in our stockpile right now. That's not including the new corpses we would have got from all those dinosaurs we let run wild yesterday. So the whole reason I've got this one opened up, and this is the whole reason I want to start the episode here, is because we've got 20,000 silver. It wasn't a huge amount, it might be enough to cover this, but this trader has cleaners, haulers. That means we can take the animals that are kicking around our base and stick them in the barn permanently. We've got some other stuff too, which we'll take a look, but this is hopefully going to help out a lot with even minor things like quarry management, dropping things on the floor and obviously having a bot come over, haul it to the right stockpile. More importantly, interacting with all the different shelves and things can be done by a hauler rather than waste our colonist time. So I'm going to get definitely a load of these and definitely some cleaners. Of course, the downside to these, they cost, we still can't afford it, that's insane. Downside to these, of course, they cost power, but power right now is really not a concern when we've got that nuclear reactor basically ramped right up. How the hell am I going to afford this? Can I minutes we've got 1,000 gold? I might shift like, what do we think, like half the stack, just over half the stack. Sell them 600, we can just afford it. I would kind of like to keep more than just 300 silver, so let's see if we've got anything else worth selling. But like I said, I dumped a load of shit on the, poor phrase in there, but I sold a load of stuff to the bulk goods trader that we just weren't using. You know, things like it actually turns out we're making quite a lot of profit as well, and we're making a lot of colony wealth from the fact that we're killing people, we're stripping their corpses, then the clothes being automatically washed, because I think that counts as load, as in it's a load on the work list. So they're being washed, and then they're just counting as like fresh clothes. So we're able to, it's adding to our wealth quite a lot, but we're also able to sell them. So, what can we do to cover the cost of this thing then? Is there anything else I really want to sell them? Obviously, I want to keep the mechanoid parts. I'd love to buy some Nutramium, but I think that's how we can get rid of a lot of our meat. And then, of course, medicine is single use. When it's gone, it's gone. So that's hopefully going to help balance our wealth a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not a huge amount I'd like to sell these guys. Plasteel we need. We're actually running very, very low on that. Mutanite obviously is going to be the basis of all of our chemical weapons. I've got hiccups again. Just ignore, don't worry about it. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. We'll just have to, well, let's just hope that, you know, prosthetics trade or whatever doesn't turn up now. Minus 20,000 silver. My God, for a whole slew of robots, though. For a whole slew of robots, though? Where? Where are my robots? I wanted to get those installed, but I don't know where they've landed. Am I blind? Where did they go? Okay, give me a second to track them down, and then we'll get them all nicely set up. Right, okay, what a weird place to drop them. So these haulers are going to save us so much time here. They're actually kind of incredible. Even just carrying stuff around the farms, managing the animals as well, hauling the eggs, whatever else we want to set them to do here. I think it's just going to help out a lot with the loadouts, especially, you know, the guns being left around. If people die, if we knock down raiders, it's going to save us so much time. This is such a good little gain here. I like the base robots mod. The base Mist robots mod I've always found is very fairly balanced, because they can only haul, they can only clean, they're not fantastically fast or anything, and that's sort of your limit there. Whereas with the Omnibots and the Robotics ++ mod, I've always found that to be just way too overpowered by comparison, because it defeats the point of having colonists. Well, like, we in the past have had series where the entire colony is run by just robots. Now, as I recall, there was a weird bug with these when we played with it a while ago, that if they land in stacks like this, when you install it, it'll actually consume the entire stack. So I think what we need to do is we need to set... Sorry, does that say tomb? Oh my God, because we've got the sarcophaguses in there. I mean, it is a bit of a tomb, though. We've still got like 30... Yeah, so I've dumped about 5,000 meat. There still isn't obviously a huge amount. Where's that Galatros corpse gone? Where is that Galatros corpse gone? Are you shitting me? All that time and effort, and it's just fucking gone. They kind of butchered it. Because it's forbidden on the... Let me just double check here. I feel like I'm going insane. Galatros. Oh my God, I bet... I bet some Storicosaurus where the AI manager didn't work properly. I bet some Storicosaurus got in the freezer and ate it. Because I can't think of why ever else it would disappear, because obviously it's forbidden there. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Let's turn off room stats as well very briefly. So what we need to do to avoid consuming the entire stack is basically just have them pick them up and separate them one at a time, which is what I'm going to hopefully get John to do here, because he is our fastest boy. There we go. So just move slightly away there, drop it on the floor, pick up the next one, rinse and repeat. It's a little bit of an unfortunate thing. They might have even fixed that bug, but I'm just going to be sure, because obviously this cost us something like 30,000 gold. Go ahead and pick one up as well. Sorry, Engo and Teresa, bear with me a second here. Right, let's drop that one too, and then just one more to go. I'll get all of these installed, and then we'll set them to work, obviously, immediately here, because those are a very, very nice little gain. Today, though, mutagenic weapons are absolutely what I want to build, because they just sound fantastic, and they really do suit the playthrough with the whole genetic manipulation, the dinosaurs, of course, the backstory too. The hit popular movie, which, of course, is no relation to this Jurassic Park, is all based on their genetic manipulation, you know, using frog DNA and all that garbage with chickens. That's, well, it's not really garbage, but you can, you know, the pseudoscience around Jurassic Park. That's what we're kind of going for here, so I'm looking forward to getting the genetic weapons going. Now, I think we do those at the, was it this one? We made like a mutagun. It might have even been the machining table. Let's take a quick look. Mutagun, there it is. Right, cool. So 5 mutanite, 50 steel, 3 components. Not super expensive. What does it do? And charged with mutagenic syringes, so I imagine we have to, maybe we have to load it? I don't know, because obviously there's no ammo system in base game Rimworld. We'll just craft a couple, sort of see what they're like to start with. They might have just shitty damage too, you gotta remember, so yeah, damage 1, so they actually don't do any real DPS, they just cause people to mutate, and depending on how instantaneous that is, it's not a very good offensive weapon. Against tribal, things like that, it would be fine, because we could just wear some real thick with 2C's armor, and then go out with our mutagons and just sort of transform them all. But against more capable enemies, the Federation or whatever, with their armor and their high powerful, high caliber weapons, would be just super dangerous to take a bunch of those out. We'll craft 4, just to see what they do for the timing. Oh my god, we can make grenades. Shells? Oh, is that what we need? That's from mortars. Oh, no way. We could shell them with the mutagenic serum as they're going through the kill box. Speaking of which, I do have to do a little work to the kill box as well. Wow, that's fantastic. Fly, my pretties. Be gone. Activate all. There we go. So that they should add to the robots tab. Now, as I recall, they did add in this mod. This is a really, really old Rimworld mod, by the way. As I recall, in a more recent update, probably within like the past year or so, they added the ability to repair them. So it used to be the case, and the big downside of these robots is they have very few hit points, and enemies will obviously attack them. They just count as basically animals in the colony. And when they're attacked, they're permanently damaged. You never used to talk about the best type of wrench with actual cannibal. Cannibal demanded Aiden take some money for the lesson. Oh, that's really cool. So Aiden is teaching Cannibal how to build there. That's what that implies. And that will give him some experience in that stat. So it's a really cool little micromod where basically your colonists can teach one another if they're particularly skilled in something. And obviously Aiden is a very, very good builder there. Okay, so these things, like I was saying, they used to be the case that when they got damaged, that was it. They were basically scrap and you had to just deconstruct them. But I believe you can repair them now. There also might be the Robotics++ mod, so take that with a grain of salt. But these guys are hopefully going to help out the colony pretty massively. Let's make sure the cleaning area all lines up and it's still set to the right one. That way I can have some of my colonists focus on better stuff. So rather than Ian Goldblum, for example, spending all day just tidying up the base, we could have him... do we need to clean up the farm? Probably not. We could have him in the quarry all the time and just keep him as a permanent quarry guy, or even have him entertain guests or things like that. Let's tidy up the paths, because that's probably not such a terrible idea. And that's basically it for the clean zone, to be honest. Beyond that, we'll have some specialized robots just for the hotel. We might even want to reinstall one of them just for in here, but we need to also finish that today when the cloth is grown. Did I even plant any cloth? I think I did in the end, didn't I? Yeah, we're good. Okay, 22% grown. Hopefully we'll have the hotels finished by the end of today too, and then we can actually open the part for business at some stage. Go, little beaver. Craft us the mutagun. I'm going to go test out immediately. There it is. Wow. Title the crocodile. That's cool. The engraving on this weapon represents several yams. The work is executed in a Baroque style. Okay, John, go and grab yourself a mutagun, my friend. We're going to go and test this out. Not on our people, obviously. We got prisoners? We don't have prisoners. What we do have is... essentially prisoners. We have an ancient danger filled with sarcophaguses that we haven't opened yet because I've wanted to keep them for mutagenic reasons. Now, today is going to be kind of a mutagenic heavy thing. It's not under genetics, it's under production, because we've also got the mutagenic modulators chambers. So you got like a large one, which is essentially a double bed, and then you got the modulators, which actually allow you to run the machine. They do take up advanced components, and they've got quite an expensive cost, as you can tell here, but they allow you to mutate people. Now, what I've been told is that we should put prisoners in this. that will mutate their limbs into sort of, I don't want to use the term evolved organs because that's a separate mod, but it will give them just like mutated arms, legs, things like that. Then apparently we can take those body parts and give them to our colonists. So we get all the bonus with none of the drawback of them losing their mind or transforming into animals or anything like that. So that might be something else we test. We're going to go heavy on the war crimes today, my friends. If we want to do that, now, what's everyone doing right now? I think they're mostly just all working in the quarry, aren't they? So, Aiden has nothing else to do. Rice plant is ready to harvest. You're mining the quarry. Yeah, I mean, we've really got nothing to do in that case. I could set them to cleaning or whatever, but I'd rather the resources at this point. So, what I'm thinking, then, is let's have these guys, let's flip them over for the time being to quarrying to quarrying blocks instead, or chiseling blocks as it says there, so that we can get enough resources to build this into a proper secret hidden lab, and we'll start work on this today as well as finishing off the hotel. Praise Dr. Cow, John Hermond, scalpel in one hand, mutagun in the other. My god, he's had a real arc, hasn't he? His character story's been got a guy who dreams of opening a theme park to just a crazed geneticist transforming himself into a cow. Well, I suppose that was more of an accident, really. Okay, what can we blast with the mutagen? Can we mutate animals, or does it have to be... There's a turkey out there that looks fresh for the mutating. Come here, my turkey friend. Let's see what happens. So can we blast you with... What happens then? I think that would just do damage, because it's already an animal. Oh, shit. Sorry, I interrupted that. Sorry, let's try again. Sorry, round two. That's my fault. Okay, be careful not to shoot that big dinosaur. I imagine it's in... Oh, it's like a dart. I thought it might be a big, like, area of effect explosion. Right, there we go. Gunshot mutagun. Does that do anything? Because it's already an animal, so I have a feeling that will do a grand total of fuck all. Now, it does very minor damage, which is quite nice, so that they won't... Most likely, they're unlikely to die of infections. You can see that 11 out of 12 on its stomach, 11 out of 12 on its... Or 23 out of 24. So it's the very most minor amount of damage, so the chance of infection is very low. Chance of anyone dying from it is extremely low. You'd have to get super, super unlucky or already be on your last legs for that. It's kind of cool. It does seem to me that... you would have to use it on a human to see the effects. Now, I would love to crack this open. Is our prison empty? It is. Okay, here's the plan, then. Here's the plan. Let's open this up, and we'll capture everybody. We're going to send them in with melee weapons, blunt weapons, weapons for taking them prisoner. So, area of effect, explosives, that type of thing. We'll try and take as many prisoners as possible, and then we'll bring them in for experiments. Let's do it. I feel like we've got to embrace the full-blown war crimes at this stage, huh? Do we want to before we do that? I mean, instead of using our main prison as a holding cell for people we're going to experiment on, maybe just turn the back of this lab into something. That might make more sense with this raptor eggs, for fuck's sake, they're everywhere. So let's go marble walls. Let's increase the thickness of the cave that's already there so that, you know, the hotel guests can't hear the screams of our prisoners. Right, so we do something like this then. I'm going to fill that in as much as possible just to try and make it a not completely hideous room. Let's do something like that. That's more than okay. And then sort of run it along the top there. That's more than fine. Okay, good work. Let's see what that is like for the time being. See if that is enough room. But I don't want to make it too fancy. I don't want to make it swanky like the other prison with end tables and whatnot. It's literally just going to be beds, sleeping spots, maybe a nutrient paste dispenser. That would make a lot of sense because we don't have to worry about feeding them. So I'm not going to recruit these people if they're just for... You know, we don't even want to interact with them. Just feed them and that's it. Never talk to them again. Let's get all this set up first then, and we'll have a proper... This is for people that we're not going to release. We have no interest, say, like pirate factions or factions that we can never gain reputation with, that we have no interest in. We'll just keep them in here. So we actually can just about fit in a nutrient paste dispenser there. I'll have to move it over as well. So let's put that... just there. Let's put this one in and then move the door slightly. We could have that double layered just so that in the event of there being a prison escape, it's going to take them longer to get out of there. I'll also put a big old gun in this room, a big old turret or something like that just to slow them down. Right, there we go. Let's do something like that, because that still counts as a wall, doesn't it, with that like that? Now, the reason I'm also doing this is because that's unroofed. Mine that out, and we can use this area as a fridge as well. So if we put some rice in there, it'll, in theory, last forever. Alright, with that then, we are basically almost done with just the general outline here, and what we'll do is we'll get everyone equipped with some very low-level weapons, tasers, blunt weapons, whatever else. We'll bring them all into here, open these caskets up at the same time, and then just immediately drag everyone into here. What I'll also do then, preemptively, is I'll bring down a load of medicine, just in case there are any mishaps with people being over-tased or something along those lines and killing them dead. We will try and get them all into this room. Now, I'm going to build them some very, very basic beds here. I'm not going to bother with any furniture beyond that, just so that they don't go completely insane sitting in this room all day. And I'm sure I'll spruce it up later as we go. Obviously, we want them to be as cooperative as possible, but I'm not going to waste so much time on them. We're going to turn them into, like, animals anyway, so there's not a huge amount of point, huh? Let's dot some beds around the room and sort of the corners of the room here. There we go. Feel sorry for that person. The only one, like, who doesn't have their own little alcove thing. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll put just a very basic... What should I put down? Like a very basic table and chairs? I feel like that's kind of overkill. Put down a 2x2 table because I'm feeling generous. It's all just going to be out of wood. The floor are just concrete over again. It's not going to be anything like our other recruitment prison, because these are for, like I said, people who we're never going to recruit. So why do I give a shit, you know, what their resistance is or what their mood is like or anything like that? Because obviously that does play into recruitment somewhat. And then that's also the same reason why I've got the whatever it's called, nutrient paste dispenser, for the same reason that I cannot be bothered to put any effort into these guys, to be honest with you. Right, oh my god, was that just dinosaurs that just hatched right then? Holy shit. They're just insurmountable. They're just absolutely everywhere. Right, so we've got one more block we need to haul out of there, and they should be bringing down the... Have we not got components available for this or something? Oh, we're out of steel. Are we really? Oh, shit, okay. Let's flip that back over to quarrying. Are we out of steel? We're not out of steel. Maybe it's because the rack was reserved or something like that. Huh. That could be a problem then, storing all of our steel on that in hindsight. They've definitely taken... Oh, man, all of our mutagen guns are ready to go. Okay, that's very cool. But they've definitely taken their time to get all of this stuff done. Yeah, there we go. So I think it's just because the robot was hauling some stuff over there. I've just finished auto doors too, because I figured if we're building these prisons and if we're expanding the base at the rate we are, we do need to start focusing on speeding things up a little bit. You know, normally I just held the doors open if we want to get the same temperature in each room, but it's not particularly practical at all, especially for a prison, right? So we're going to go for that. I'm kind of tempted to go back to the... workbenches that we started. You might remember a couple episodes ago, there was like advanced workbenches or something like that. Good lord, that could be absolutely anywhere. I'll type in just like workbench, maybe that's on there. I'll see if I can dig it up, but it is added by the advanced, or the expanded vanilla furniture mod. We did start it. God knows where it's fucking gone. It's alright, I'll find it again in a second. But that will give us access to a whole bunch of new cabinets. We can finish off our factory area as well and help speed up the sort of the minor things here. Blast doors sound like they could be very good. And same with remote doors for our prisoners. There's production of blast doors for absorbing... Yeah, okay, well, we know what blast doors do, thank you. I was kind of hoping it would give us a little bit more information than that. Okay, I will try and find somewhere on this list, without knowing what they're called, all of the advanced cabinets and whatnot. We'll get those down as soon as possible. I also want to go for the furniture soon, because I don't really want to outfit all the hotels, especially the Jade Hotel, which is supposed to be our high-tier one. I don't really want to fill that up with stuff that we're just going to end up replacing when we get to this research level anyway. Got it. So that's actually quite a large research area. Manufacturing is the one we were after. So that allows us to build, obviously, much larger scale production. Going to be... I love that whenever we come out of the research menu, we are just absolutely in a random point on the map every single fucking time. Normally, it's really zoomed in. But that will give us access to essentially, I mean, almost industrialization, you know, for building those massive, if we really feel like this, those massive mortar shells, like a massive amount of those mortar shells, I should really say. It's kind of quantity over quality for that. Right, what do we want to do with regards to power then? So we could always link it up to this grid here. I mean, it is right there already. It's probably the safest way to do it. No, so I'm not going to worry about this first entrance area. I'm going to leave that how it is, because I kind of like it just looking like a kind of rusted wall tower, and you go through now. I want to make this all super futuristic and look really, really cool when we get up to that stage. But for the time being, let's focus on getting just the basic floors, walls, power in. And as for walls... Can you run cable through smooth walls? I assume at that point it just counts it as anything else, right? It wouldn't, you know, try and mine up the walls. I've never really done that before. I'm also not really sure it's worth the effort to do it, because it does take a very, very long time. Let's go back to structure. I can never find the bloody structure in this mod pack. And then we'll just replace this very external one with some more marble there. We'll do the same with this one. Now, this amber, we might even want to mine it fully out. So I won't replace that one quite yet. Actually, similarly with those components as well. We'll set it to mine, and we'll see how much there actually is. If I right-click on their mine or designations... Oh, wow. It's a bit risky. It's a bit risky, because we're getting very close to the outside again. I'm not sure if raiders would be able to knock down that wall. I'm not sure if they would go for... Well, we've seen them mine through... naturally occurring rock previously. Do we need amber that desperately? No, I'd rather have the sort of natural... I'd rather have the natural facade going for us, so we don't need to worry so much about enemies breaking into our super secret lab. Might be another good way to offload some wealth here. So we've got old school lubricants, just spit on it, right? They are prosthesis trader. Let's send our boy, was it Forks was our goods? I think you're our best. Yeah, they've had like 13 social. I can't imagine there's going to be anyone better than that. Let's send you over. Let's see what they've got. If we could tell some of this stuff, we're never going to use, I'll be honest, we're never going to use the psychic shot lance. We're never going to use the psychic soother. Let's just sell it off. It's just sat there. Oh, man, we can't even afford any of this shit. Have they got anything useful? I know we do need some legs going for us, but we can't afford any of this shit. My God. It's probably not worth it either. Yeah, okay, never mind then. I might buy some medicine, though, because we don't have any medicine of our own right now, and if we're doing some high-tier surgery, let's just keep it paused. Let's double-check here. So we've only got herbal medicine, right? So to prevent what happened yesterday, where we lost our bionics because we just don't have the medicine for it, let's actually buy some. Let's buy some and try and save ourselves a bit more money in the future by obviously not needing to craft a whole bunch of new bionics. There we go. That should solve that problem. So we'll save those only for, so I'm actually going to go over to the manager tab here, drop them all the way down to that. Now, we have the surgeon settings currently set up so that it will always bypass the medicine that is set for them if we have a better quality. So if we had it set to what we had before with regular medicine, if we had glitter set medicine available, they would automatically use that during surgery. Similarly, now that we have this stuff available, they will bypass the herbal medicine restriction to use that one instead. So I'm going to keep that one only for expensive bionic surgeries or potentially life-saving. The fuck are you doing? Get your muffle out of my hospital, you weird man. Zane. Okay, in that case, sorry, folks. Let's get you back here. Let's see if we can trade some things with Zane then. And then, potentially, after we've traded with Zane, we'll also trade with the robotics trader again. Oh, there's so much stuff we can offload. Thank fuck. Oh, they've also got medicine. Yes, give me that. Okay, I don't want any of this garbage, to be honest with you. Worst case scenario, I mean, if we ever need a new axe, we'll just craft a new one, which will hopefully be better quality at this point. Don't need the axes. I keep some of the higher quality stuff, because I know not everyone has a pickaxe. We've clearly got 3 of those. Cleaver, same story, really. Yeah, uranium cleaver is fine. Survival knife, jade axe is fine. Recurve both, right. So this is really where these guys are going to come in so handy. Get rid of the muskets. We are never going to use a musket. The charge pistol seems pretty good, but we'd have to put them in the recharge bench to repair them a little bit because they aren't fantastic. I imagine we've got some better ones anyway. Or we could just buy some better guns from these guys. Fuck it, yeah, sell them all off. Let's sell all of this garbage that we're not using then. I do want to keep some tasers. In fact, I'll probably keep all the tasers, to be honest. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of this stuff. Anti-material rifle, those turned out to be pretty bad. Battle rifle we'll keep because we know that's pretty good. Again, tasers I want to keep as well. Oh, look at this, a buckshot. So I assume it's essentially like a grenade launch there. So we got frag, buckshot, incendiary, and smoke. That's cool. Let's buy that, and that'll make up for that incendiary launcher that everybody was more than quick to tell me that I left behind on that other one. Man, some of the armor they're selling is incredible as well. Look at this stuff. Hazard carapace. Minus 30%, minus 3, 0.3 move speed, which it's measured in tiles, isn't it? It's not percentage in this, it is tiles. Toxic sensitivity is lowered, psychic sensitivity, wow, that stuff is so good. Shit. And that's going to set us back another 233, but we are getting a fair amount of medicine out of that. More importantly, and this is the big thing, it's emptying out our stockpile, which was otherwise rammed with shit we were never going to use. Okay, why is that stuff not being stored? Not entirely sure. 7 out of 50 items. Cannot store items with a mass above 10 kilograms. Oh, right. Okay. Which that clearly does not have. Okay, don't worry about it. Let's get the last of the reactor loaded as well, because I think we've got just enough fuel rods to do it. Oh, I think we're like 1 short. That's very annoying. Okay, keep doing that, John. You're going to have to stay awake all night and refill the reactor for us. This, I'm hoping, won't horribly backfire, or it'll be awesome and make for a cool video. Shit, I might move the one out of the middle, to be honest, because that is a little bit worrying. Okay, let's open this bad boy up then and see what we can actually do with the... Something, we'll take that one out, we'll load one there, and then maybe take, like... Oh, man. We'll take that one out and that one out. Gives it a little bit of an air gap. That might make more sense. Okay, let's try that instead. Remove fuel from there. And then I imagine we can just put it straight back in, right? So, remove fuel as well. There we go. And then do it again. Okay, I think that's probably the best bet. I've no idea. This could be awful. This could nuclear... What's the word? Nuclear blow up? Nuclear... Meltdown. It could go into meltdown. There you go. That's the word. Not nuclear blow up. That's not the scientific term. Managed reactor. Right, let's get this fucker back online. Oh, God. Start at 50%. Oh, so you can see all the rods are now connected up together, which I think means we'll burn through it faster, but the amount of power we should make is going to be pretty nuts. Go on then. Go on then, crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, look at the cooler. Look at the turbine. I've never had a 100% turbine in, oh, careful. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. There we go. Okay, now fine-tune. Fine-tune it very firmly, grasp it. John, you should probably go to... Fuck. You probably go to bed, my man. Oh, God. Why is it going... Why is it increasing the speed? Oh, is that like a minor increase over time? I see, that's what that's for. Okay, so let's do a couple of notches back up. I want to get to like 99.9%. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's close enough. 99.8%. The reactor is currently running at an excess of 85,000 watts. It's a little bit unnecessary, I will admit, but you guys have said I want to burn through this stuff as soon as possible to get the maximum amount of fuel, plutonium or something like that, and that has other uses, so we'll absolutely, I'm trusting you guys on this one, I hope we don't go into complete meltdown now. I'll have to keep a very close eye on that, because we haven't even got the, actuators either researched yet, because I've been focusing on just the other stuff, so let's be careful. Let's try not to overrun the reactor here. Got another bulk goods trader here, so I'm going to absolutely get rid of some of this massive amount of meat. Now, the reason why that looks like that is because we've got an optimization mod, and definitely need this if you're running so many different animal mods like what we are. Every animal obviously drops its own specialist type of meat. So, for example, you would drop cat meat, Labrador meat, ewe meat, ram meat, Dinosaurus meat, or however the hell you say that. So what this mod does is it just says to the game, hey, don't bother loading all of that shit, just say that they drop raw meat, which makes the game run a lot faster, makes it load a lot faster. Downside is we've got a shitload of it. If we sell all of it, oh, they don't even want to, or sell all of it, fuck me. That's where our colony wealth is coming from. The game, bear in mind, will send dangers relative to how much wealth we've got going on here, and almost all of our wealth is in meat, which is ridiculous. Not turrets, not defenses, not guns, not armor, but in meat. Good God. Okay, so let's try and sell. I mean, we'll sell as much as we can get rid of it. I'm going to try and sell like 10,000 of the stuff. Okay, we can sell like, I'm going to sell like 15,000. Even if they can't afford it after I pick what I want from them, I'm just going to say take it. Take the fucking stuff. We don't want it. We're not interested in it. I'm actually going to try and swap it out for some better stuff. Now, we will lose money doing this transaction. Of course, they're going to buy it for cheap. They're going to sell us stuff at a higher price. So in theory, doing this will not only get rid of some of that ridiculous excess wealth, but also will give us more useful shit than a freezer full of meat. Don't know if I've emphasized that enough yet. Right, so what else have you got here, my friend? I mean, wood is probably not too terrible. You've got a load of like gas masks, marksman gear, helmets, obviously we've seen are pretty good. Gear itself, a little bit weak, but everything else is not too bad. Bird skin, couch left. What a specifically strange thing to sell, DFS. Shit, there's really not a lot else here, huh? So we bought all their resources. We don't really want hops or smoke leaf right now. Medicine we've bought. That's normally the things I would tick off, like components, medicine. Have they got any food, like different food we could buy instead? The blue blade fillets, we don't really want that. We could buy their... Shit, we don't need any more chem fuel. That's another thing that's adding a lot to the colony wealth. Guess that's it then. We could buy some dogs or some cats. Would people want to go to a Jurassic Park to see some sheep? I doubt it. Let's just sell 20k then. Get rid of it. There we are. Perfect. I know that we're going to lose money in this. It's intentional. So don't panic if you think, you know, Mr. Streamer, you're selling stuff and they can't afford it. It's fine. We're looking to get rid of some wealth here. That's what I'm trying to do over the next few episodes. So if we go to the, history? Is it history? There we go. You can see severe drop-off there in terms of wealth. So the difficulty will be now lowered, but as a result there, obviously buildings is going to increase as we build up these secret labs and whatnot. But that is definitely going to help out with raids. Oh my god, another one? Pugak partners. Ah, the Klingon. Right, okay, let's send Forks back in. Do you want some meat? Because we've got plenty. We should be, like, if we popped up on this, we would be meat trader. Meat and apparently mutagenic weapons. Okay, let's see what you guys... Oh, is this the... This is not the same people. Oh, right, 'cause this is what we're trying to sell to them, of course. Right, you, my friends, can I interest you in some tasty meat? Let's see if we can sell another 10,000. Holy shit, the curse is almost lifted. The curse is almost lifted. Let me buy the cloth. Yeah, we need the cloth for the hotel, because, you know, it's probably not going to get grown by the end of this episode, given all the shit I've been doing in the meantime. Give me the medicine. Give me a steel. I don't know what snail glass is. We're not going to bother with that one. You've got anything cool right at the bottom here, like machines? What is an armor rack? Mechanized armor rack. Oh, extra equipping efficiency. That's awesome. So you put the clothes on quicker. Give me that shit. I know that we can probably build it ourselves eventually, but we've got so much research on our plate already. I'm actually going to buy that marksman hood too. Okay, cool. So we can now sell them even more meat. I don't want to sell them all of the meat. That's something I need to point out. We do need to save some for ourselves. We've still got another 6,000 if we sell them this much. So I'm going to go like 12,000 meats for you guys. Get 9,000 silver out of this. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, look at the freezer. It's still a ridiculous amount of stuff because we've got the lenses on top of that, but my god, that is so much better. This area is basically ready to go. All we've got to do is open up the caskets now, move them into the next room. There's probably, I mean, obviously there's like, what, 6 caskets there and 4 beds, so I should probably build a couple more, but we'll get that working on in a second. We'll crack these open, get everyone equipped with tasers, move them into here, and then we'll start building the mutagenic stuff. We're probably not going to be able to experience any of it today, because this has taken much longer than I anticipated. But hey, you know what? This is what I was talking about with Phoebe Trellex, by the way, is that even though those raids hit like a truck yesterday, today we've been left mostly, I mean, completely alone, right? We haven't had a single raid or anything, which makes me worried for the next one, but we have lost a fair amount of wealth. They're starting to build the floors as well in the lovely amber hotel. We've gone for the orange and purple battlefield aesthetic for this one with a giant, very fancy gate there. It's going to take a while to build, obviously, all of this stuff up there. Very nice. Okay, so let's get this place cracked open. How do we want to do it? Do you think we'll need armor and stuff? I'm going to assume not, because they're going to come out, they're going to have crypto sleep sickness, and if there's enough people in there just launching tasers at them, we should be good. So let's go ahead and get everyone equipped with just sort of their various stuff. So you go and equip that pulse taser. You go and equip that taser. Aiden, you go and grab, I hope we've got enough tasers. I didn't even consider it too much. It's reserved by Dominique. Okay, what about in this one? Oh, look at this. We've got so many of the fucking things. My God. Then we've got taser rifle. Excellent. We've got M26 tasers there as well. That should be enough. I think that should be enough. I'll wait for them to get all of that equipped, and then we'll... Oh, they're chucking this stuff on the floor. Is it because a pistol counts as a sidearm? That's a little bit annoying. What have you got there? Oh, shit, tagging rifle, that's not good. Okay, let's try that one again. There we go, that's 7 people with tasers, and some of them have pickaxes and hammer. Imagine that, you wake up, you see like a cow-faced man and his squad of builders about to blast you with a taser, some of them with pickaxes at the ready. You would just give up. I would give up there and then, my God, especially one riding... Why is he riding the bloody KVX again? Okay, let's crack open a cold one with the boys. Right, is everyone here? We all lined up. Okay, that's good. So let's make sure that we are a little bit distant here. So, given that Beaver is riding the animal, let's get him to open them. Good luck, team. They could just be full of insects. They could be full of dead bodies. They could be full of absolutely nothing. So, when you've done that, I'm going to prioritize you. Oh, can I queue him up moving away? It doesn't look like I can. Hang on. I want to prioritize you moving over there. There we go. Okay, perfect. Right, good luck, squad. Let's move them a little bit closer, because don't forget, it will open all of them, and some of these tasers have a shitty range. They're all down anyway. Oh my God, they're all down anyway. Capture. Oh, wait. Let's go up to this one. Let's say this one, by the way. This one, if you're wondering. This is not a... Fuck me, that's laggy. This one's not a prison anymore. Can I just select similar? Come on. Oh my God, pause, for fuck's sake. Okay, not for prisoners. There we go. Okay, fine. And then we go back to you guys, and then we'll start the capturing. Nice work. No. Capture. Holy shit. Now, what we'll do after that is we'll also check over and see whether or not any of these people are obviously worth recruiting. Then we'll try and carry them over. Why are they injured? They're, like, super heavily injured. Oh, God, yeah, of course, not enough bloody prisoner beds either. Okay, let's just get down some sleeping spots for the time being. Just stick them down anyway. I should have already bought some medicine over as well. Who's not busy? Teresa, you're not busy. Grab me some medicine, boy. What the hell is that move route? She's doing everything at once. I got 2 people selected. That explains a lot. Right, Teresa, go grab me some herbal medicine. And then, as for everyone else, we should be hauling these people over. There we go. Look at the stuff they have with them as well. What is that? A whole bunch of gold? Right. So why are they bleeding? They were just injured from the casket. Maybe they were in there too long, something like that. So we're looking for anybody with good intellectual. Oh my God. Okay, never mind then. We've got some fairly okay characters here. We've seen a lot of high passions, like Remy Young. Obviously not too bad. I'm not really sure we need too many new colonists. Anybody good with crafting? Not really. 13 crafting. There we are. Ulyana Bradshaw. And she's got a minor passion in it. She's 13.5. She could be the one to resurrect our Trashy. Okay. I might have to bring you home in a second. So who else we got? Nothing. Honestly, I'm not too committed to any of these people. Remy is probably the best one out there. And Ulyana is second. Masochist, Grim Thumb is quite kind of good traits. Medic, Master, Nervous, Transhumanist, not too terrible. Kind of balance those 2 traits out with one another. Master Trader, not too terrible. Psychopath, Low Pain Tolerance, Brawler, Snowpoke. They haven't even got particularly good traits either, so we'll just patch them up as quickly as possible. Teresa, our second doctor, is also on her way with the medicine. There we are. Can you drop the rest of that shit on the floor so that John can use it as well? There we go. Good stuff. All right, we should be able to save all of these people, definitely. Let's get Aiden. Sorry, can I get you... Okay, Beaver's working on that one, Beaver's working on that one, Beaver's working on that one, delivering resources, I assume. Let's get these beds built as soon as possible as well. But this is looking pretty good. So, Ulyana we want to take home, and I'm not so sure about Remy. Again, we've got so many colonists already, we'd have to let some people go. So let's flip this one over back into a prison. This is our recruitment prison. She gets basically a luxury mansion to herself, so definitely no complaining. All right, let's get you, let's see if I capture you now, whether or not we'll just put you straight back in that fucking bed, for God's sake. I hate the prisoner management system in this. It drives me nuts. Okay, capture her. Right, there we go. She's out of there now. And then we can go back to prisoners. And then we'll send John over to quickly come and put them all back to bed. Unreal. There we go. And then the one last thing I want to try today. Let's see if we can keep them in line a little bit. Let's make them know that we're in charge here. Not only are we in charge, but we mean fucking business. Leave the taser on the table. Dare them. Go on, take the taser. Take the taser and take your freedom, my friend. Who is at the highest health? 29%, 24%, 47% there. We've got Hearthstone. We don't talk about that anymore. What have you got? 28%, and then Jonah is 20. So Amy, I'm afraid, Amethyst, lovely young Amethyst, you are going to get low pain tolerance. We'll see about that. You're going to get blasted. Let's test out the mutagenic rifle. You may fire when ready, Captain. Oh my god, point blank range with a fucking dart, you madman. Let's stand back a little bit. I want to see the dart fly. I want to see the fear in her eyes as she sees the end of her life. Do it. John, take your revenge against nature. Boom. Amy at risk of fully changing very soon. How fast does that act? Ethomorph, transform... What is that? Transformation paralysis. Okay, so we fired that dart at... This is officially in science territory right now. We fired that dart at 9 p.m. Put your taser up as well, you madman. At 9 p.m., we'll see how long it takes before she just fully transforms. Wow! It's 2 hours. It takes 2 hours and they transform. There she is. Amy Hearthstone. Let's, Hearthstone. Sorry, it's Hearthstone, not Hearth, obviously. Let's go Tamer. Sorry, someone get this dog out of this prison. Put that dog there. In terms of weaponry... How many raids have we had that lasted more than 2 hours? A significant amount, I think it's fair to say. If we're shelling them with a mortar as well as they're coming through, this could be massive. This is an incredibly potent weapon. Instantly kills. Now, the question is, does it penetrate armor? Will armor defend yourself? I mean, it is a dart at the end of the day, so you'd assume it wouldn't be too effective against big armored foes. Against tribal, though, just nuked a lot of them with a mutagenic shell. Convert the whole of the pack into huskies and pigs and dogs and whatever else. Incredible. I think this could be the future of the colony right there. That is successful science. Congratulations, everyone. The Amber Hotel edges ever closer to victory. The prisoners, the cryptosleep casket, we could dismantle these now. I don't think we need them anymore. The secret lab is almost open for business. The cloth is growing. And more importantly, we've got ourselves a whole bunch of robots. Today went well. Today went well. It didn't seem like we did much, but today definitely went very well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's installment of Premium War Crimes. And you know who I enjoy the installment of the most? My god, that was a bit clumsy. That's right, it's the insane top tier level patrons, the people who make YouTube possible in 2019, the people who make sure I don't starve to death, which, to be honest, not a big fan of, gotta admit. Thank you to Aiden W, Alchemia, Anthony Gaulia, Sunakirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Crosis, Donald, Facunda Vasquez, Ghost of Protocol, Gogula, Sarik, Jimbo, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Nabuscus, 911, Necrophilim, Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Richard Clark, Scott, Skaz, Somnus, The Forsaken One, T-Bag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kenner, Vacuous Backers, William Green, and Zazzy7011 for their support at the insane tier levels on Patreon. I will make sure I get the Patreon list updated for tomorrow, because I know a lot of people, very generous souls, have backed on Patreon over the past couple of days, so I'll make sure that all of you guys are up on the new updated Patreon list. But for the time being, I will continue with my regular lovely shout-outs to the following people, including Uwu, Asro, Adam Person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Austin Taylor, Baldoon, Ben Trope, Etimus Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Sadini, Chris, Corey CA, David Van Diepen, Don, according to 7, Emerald Beam, Exploding Knees, Gaz, Genji Zerku, Grey, Hachi Damar, Icarus, Icy the Great, Ida C, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, James Barnes, James Shea, Jason Sushu, Jose, Yolanda Vries, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beer, Justin Plot, Justin Walters, Luan and Thomas, Luke Wallace, Mastolp, Monty, Mostly Sampson, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Limberg, Nostras, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Payback 137, Peyton Denisar, Roshnol Billionaire, Ryan Hooper, Sagataire, Sam Kears, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth, Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, The Insane Pickle, The One Ring, Valoncry, Varagon, Voodoo Mumbo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yorker, Zach, and Zico 2. Thank you all for your support. Much appreciation to you guys. See you all tomorrow for what is very quickly accelerating dirty, disgusting, awful war crimes.